Good day, mga friend. Our topic for today is about King Fahd of Saudi Arabia. Fahd bin Abdulaziz was born in Riyadh in 1921. He was the eighth son of bin Saud. His mother was Hassa al-Sudairi, and he was the eldest member of the Sudairi Seven. Fahd education took place at the Princess School in Riyadh, a school established by bin Saud, specifically for the education of a member of the House of Saud. He received educational for the 4 years as a result of his mother's urgent. While at the Princess School, Fahd studied under tutors including Sheikh Abdul Ghani Kayat. He then went on to receive education at the Religious Knowledge and Institution. Prince Fahd was made a member of the Royal Advisory Board on his mother's urgent. In 1945, Prince Fahd traveled on her first visit to San Francisco for signing of the United Nations Charter. On this trip, he served under his brother, Prince Faisal, who was at the time of Saudi Arabian Foreign Minister. Fahd led his first official state visit in 1953, attending the coronation of the Queen Elizabeth II on behalf of the House of Saudi Arabia. On December 24, 1953, Prince Fahd was appointed Educational Minister, being the first person holding this post in the country. Prince Fahd led the Saudi delegation to the League of Arab States in 1959, signifying his increasing prominence in the House of Saud. In 1962, Fahd was given the important post for Interior Minister. As Interior Minister, he headed the Saudi delegation at the meeting of Arab heads of state in Egypt. On January 2, 1967, Prince Fahd survived an assassination attempt when an explosion occurred in his private office at the ministry. He was not there during the incident, but the explosion injured nearly 40 staff of the minister. At the beginning of King Faisal reign, Prince Fahd became a member of the council, which had been established by the king to guide the succession. He was named the second Deputy Prime Minister in 1967, which was created for the first time by King Faisal. The post was created upon the request of then Crown Prince Khaled, due to the fact that he himself did not want to continue to preside over the Council of Ministers. According to the Forbes magazine, estimated Fahd wealth to be $25 billion in 1992. Fortune magazine reported his wealth in 1988 at $18 billion, making him the second richest person in the world at the time. The Persian Gulf War. Saudi political leadership was challenged with Iraq after having rejected attempted Saudi mediation, reasserted its earlier claims, and invaded neighboring Kuwait on August 2, 1990, precipitating the Persian Gulf War. The Kuwait government fled to Saudi Arabia. The King Fahd denounced the Iraqi invaders, fearing that the President Saddam Hussein of Iraq might invade Saudi Arabia next. Despite Saudi assistance to Iraq during Iraq-Iran War, the Saudis breaking tradition, inviting the United States and other countries to send troops to protect the kingdom. This was done after the Fahd has received the approbation of the kingdom's highest-ranking religious officials, Sheikh Abd al-Aziz bin Baz, who agreed that the non-Muslim could defend Islam's holiest place. By mid-November, the United States has sent 230,000 troops, which were the most important part of coalition force that ultimately included soldiers from other many countries. The Saudi adroitly coordinated Arab and Muslim contingents and also established diplomatic ties with China, the Soviet Union, and later Iran. King Fahd expanded his goal beyond the protection of Saudi Arabia to include the liberation of Kuwait and its possible the overthrow of Saddam Hussein. With approval from Saudi Arabia secured in advance, the coalition with some 80,000 troops, more than 540,000 from the United States, attacked Iraq by air on January 16 to 17, 1991. Saudi pilots flew more than 7,000 sorties and were prominent in the battle around Saudi town of Ra al-Khafji in the 4 days ground war that began on February 24. Saudi troops, including the National Guard, helped defeat the Iraqis and drive them out of Kuwait. Despite the clear military victory, the full implications of the war from Saudi Arabia were not immediately known. According to the research, King Fahd had 11 wives and 10 children. King Fahd of Saudi Arabia, who has died at the age of 83, lived long enough to see the bulwark of his 20 years reign. So guys, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next video.